Hello all, welcome back to the second session of automation and robotics. And in this session, previously it is discussed and revised that what we did in the previous session, and then today on we will be continuing further with our rest of this syllabus course. So yes, previously we discussed about the definition of automation and robotics. And you all very well know that what automation is. We discussed that how automation is useful, where it is being implemented, and what are the prerequisites. What are the prerequisites which are required in the automation processes. So automation is nothing but without the intervention or interaction of human assistance. Yes. So we discussed all of this, that what are the fields in which automation and robotics will be applied to, and also that why automation and robotics is becoming the most discussed and taken subject. This subject is not just it is the 2020s up till infinity. This subject will go on to its the revolution and its further implementation of the program per se. So this is what automation and robotics is all about. We discussed what are the fields, where it is being required, and the requisites of all of it, and the definition for this thing. So today and henceforth, today we are going to discuss about your advantages of automation as such. So before any delay, so let us discuss the advantages of your So what are the advantages of automation? First of all, it has the lower operating cost, okay? Improved worker safety, reduced factory lead times, and all of these things that I have mentioned, you will be getting in your notes as well. So let me create a new whiteboard. Yes. So now we are going to discuss the advantages of automation, that why automation is being used. So first of all is that it is going to be error free. Second is that reduced workforce. Third is that it is going to have the enhanced capability along with its capacity. It is going to save a lot of time. Also, accordingly, we have what? Lower operating cost. So what do we have here? Lower operating cost. Also, we have the improved worker safety. Yes. Now, since most of the things are now being undertaken by what? The machines. Machines which are now enhanced automatically. So all of these things which are undertaken by this, we are going to definitely very well going to get the, let me take the new advantages continuing. So what we have here, advantages continued. Okay, so what we have is that increased workers safety. How all of the things are now being manipulated, are now being worked and developed by the machines, and also these machines are now working automatically, and henceforth you're going to have the worker safety in this thing. Let me give you an example of NTPC. You all must have read this thing or have learned regarding this thing that key NTPCs has such type of the machines and the boilers where whenever you are going for the, even if the internship also, you have to undertaking, you have to sign an undertaking where there, if there is any mishappening happened to you. So there are many times where the workers over there, they have suffered the major accident. Even there was one boiler, there is single leak of the gas was there. With that single leak, he lost his two legs immediately. So this is what all of, and if that person, if these all these boilers are now, if they can be developed automatically, henceforth we can also increase the capacity of the workforce as well. Why? Because now these workforces, they will definitely, these workforces, they will definitely will develop themselves into the field of automation. They will now enhance their progressively in that, instead of going to these spaces and where there is a risk of life. So henceforth we need to cater to all these things, we need to cater it, and this is the major reason, this is the major reason why automation and robotics, or automation in the field of industries, especially industries where manufacturing, all of these places they are taking place, it's very, very important. It's very important. You are also enhancing the worker safety, and that is the major workforce that you can develop. Okay, and also then you have the reduced factory lead time. What it is, when automation can keep your process in house, your process control, that significantly reduces the lead time as compared to working or going the overseas. Also then you have the faster return on investment. Definitely, definitely I will also be taking this thing, faster return of investment. On the, let us take one case study. Okay. Let us take one case study. Now, for example, we are going to understand two scenarios. Okay. In this first scenario, what is going to happen is that we have, for example, 100 workers. For 100 workers, we have 3 machines, and these 3 machines are running manually with the help of these 100 workers. Okay. And for example, there is one company A and one company B. Okay. So if this company A, they approaches this machine or this industry X, okay, they approaches this industry X, this company, and they want, for example, a small amount of, like B amount of the output or the product variances they require in number of days is, for example, 10. In 10 days they given them the tender and everything that we require this thing. Also this A, this B is, for example, 1000 product variancy they require in 10 days. This by the X company. Now we have this Y company where this B person, he approaches the very same thing. We have the 100 workers again, and we have, for example, 10 machines, automatic machines, and then he gave them the tender that he required 10K within 5 days. You can see the very well this particular industry X will never be able to cater to the requirement of this A client, and this industry Y will definitely will be able to cater to the client B. Henceforth, the production that increases, the productivity that increases. Also, when this increases, the output increases, so profit increases. And here, what are going to you are going to see not only the industrial perseverance that is going negative, also if you're going to calculate it psychologically, it is also going negatively. How? Why? Because now the workers have to work 24/7 day and night. Instead of that, they are not able to cater to the client A requirement. Instead of working day and night, instead of working hardly so much that they're not able to require to the cater of the client A, henceforth they are going in the loss. So what? Continuously occurrence of the losses will occur to what? It will recur to the shutdown of this company X. Henceforth also means you're taking the risk of the life. Everything is impacted. Even if you're going to work day and night for this thing, the company will not be able to get to the requirement of this particular X. The client A's variances. So therefore, it is very much necessary in the field of automation. And as a robotics teacher and also as a robotics student myself, I have always gone and I have always been asked about the very same question that I will be seeking over here, because that's an important topic of discussion. Won't be taking more than 5 minutes for that matter. What it is that why automation and robotics will not reduce the job efficiency. That means people always ask me this question that okay, you are getting automated, you are getting the robotics, you are getting all the applications, all the fields into A&R. That means in the reduction of that means there will be unemployment will increase a lot. So if you can see my case scenario, I discussed the two cases A and B with the industry X and Y. What is there? 100 number of employees are there in X and 100 number of employees are there in Y. This is the proper myth. That's a proper myth. No industry and no automation, no in the field of technology and development. What are you thinking that these robots are developing themselves? No. Who is developing these robots? By the humans. And why these humans are developing robots? For the ease of work, to increase the efficiency. This is the very much important task that is required. Okay, if the satellite, always a satellite goes up to the universe, not always the astronauts are not always going, and with the help, and who is developing these satellites? Humans. Who is always seeking to this whether the satellite is going in the particular direction or not? Humans. But what it is, who is developing all these technology? Humans. Okay, so do not ever cater to yourself to the sci-fi movies that robots are taking place of the humans. This is not going to be possible. At least till 2020 or 3000, it is not going to be possible to the calendar year that I'm saying to you. So humans will be there. There won't be any unemployment because of this thing. So you have to, what you have to do as a human is that you have to enhance yourself technically, and also in the field of technology, developing more and more requirements of that. Okay, so these are some of the few advantages of automation. There is the production, increased production output that we discussed, and also ability to be more competitive. I'll give you example of this thing that what is the ability to be more competitive, that is ability to be more in this lockdown phase. I have learned RPA, robotic process automation. I thought one from the Udemy and the other from the Automation Anywhere. Okay, and also RPA is what one technology, that is what when you have a single amount of the task is being done repeatedly a lot of time. So that means what RPA will do is that instead of me doing all those single amount of the task repeatedly, costing into the intervention of the much of the error might be causing. So RPA will be doing it in on my front. Okay, so it will automatically will do those repetitive tasks. Now these are the two of the softwares that they are using, and also this RPA. What it is that some of it features are available in the AA Automation Anywhere. Some of the features are available by some of the professors, that those who have taught and developed the bot for that matter. Both have developed the bots. Both have developed, but these bot are very much different from the one of the professor who taught over there, and this Automation Anywhere is the whole company requisitely for the RPA. So what it is, you have to be what? Competitive, yes. Giving the market exploration, giving the chance to explore. Yes, if I am investing into some amount of the work, I should have the at least 10 to 20 samples in front of me. Only then I am going to put myself into one or two for that matter. And if how this 10 to 20 samples will be there in the market, only when you have this competitive edge that my product is better than yours. Today is the time. If you want to search for a mobile phone, just go to one of the any of the particular application. You will find more than 100 variants. I have discussed this example a lot of many times with you all, that there was a time when you had only what Nokia for that matter. Yeah, and you do not have any requisites for that. You cannot choose the camera, cannot choose anything. You only have that one particular device. You have to get it with those particular antenna signals were there. That was the first time when Nokia developed. Now is the time according to your requirement. If you are a photographer, go for those type of the mobile phones. If you are a developer, go to those mobile phones. If you are a gamer, go to those kind of the mobile phones. So according to the requirement of the customers, now the market is enhancing. Now how this market enhanceability is there, then you have this competitive edge. And when this competitive edge is there, and this particular task, this particular term, why it is there, when you have this field of the automation, you have this field of the app developments, only then you're able to explore it. And also when there is a competition, the price variancy will be there a lot. On the other hand, where Apple is costing you 1 lakh, your Samsung is costing you 90K, or this go for any other phone, they might be costing you 30K or 50K with your 3D resolution or 720 pixels. So why it is there? So these are the things which develop and look up to the matter of your enhanceability or the competitive edge. Okay, so these are the some of the advantages for your automation. Now let us understand that what is the goal of automation. So there are 4 types of the goals that automation should requisite. It is first is that speed up the common task to lift productivity, reduce the mistake or errors, improve the safety for humans, and free up humans so that they can focus on higher value work. All these things that I have mentioned over here, you will be able to find it in your notes. So you do not have to worry about it. Okay. So what is there? First goal is what? You have to lift up the productivity, increase the productivity, reducing the mistake or the errors, improving the safety for humans, and free up the humans so that they focus on higher value work. Okay, so these are the types, or these are the goals that automation is required. Now let us come to the types of automation. There are three types of automation: fixed, programmable, and flexible automation. Today I'm giving you the gist of the types of the automation. In the next session, we will be discussing in detail of all the types of the automation. So what did I say? Fixed, programmable, and flexible. Okay. So fixed, programmable, and flexible automation are there. By the name itself, you all can very well understand what fixed, programmable, and flexible automation should be. Fixed would be what? There is a system in which the sequencing of processing operations is fixed by the equipment configuration. Okay, each of the operation in the sequence is very simple. This is one of the simplest automation that one can have in their industry or in the manufacturing field. So what it does is that it involves the perhaps of the plain linear or the rotational motion or any uncomplicated combination of these. So feeding a rotating spindle, it is the integration and coordination of many such operations into one piece of equipment, making the system all more complex. So fixed is what? Automation in this particular amount of this, it is what? Everything is fixed into one single periphery and the one single phase, where in that particular period time of the time you can see the rotation or any kind of the spindle movement is there. If I'm taking an example of the manufacturing, yes, it does have the high production rate, it does have the high initial investment, and it is relatively inflexible in accommodation to product variety. Programmable automation, on the other hand, is what? We are giving simple codes or simple programs which are developed with the designed with the capability to change the sequence of the operations. So they accommodate to the different product configuration accordingly. So you give all these kind of the codes with the help of the programs. The changes are being developed, and henceforth according to the development of the product variety, it is accommodating. Huh? So it is what? It is a programmable automation. So what it does that obviously all these type of the machines, all these they have the great investment at first time, they do have, and then you have the lower production rate than fixed automation. It has the flexibility to deal with, and it is more suitable for what? Batch production. Okay, the last is what? Flexible automation. What it does that it is capable of producing variety of path with virtually no time loss for changeovers from one part style to the another. It is what? It is flexible. It has the medium rate of investment, and it has the flexibility is there, production is there. So these are the three types of your automation. Fixed, that means all the product variances are placed at the fixed at one particular area or where it is worked. Then you have the programmable, where you use the set of codes to program your device or your machine for that matter. Then you have this flexible, where you are going to see that where or it has this particular freedom of movement. Okay, so this is what these are the three types. Again, all these three things, they will definitely will require higher investment, but accordingly to the higher investment, no matter, but accordingly what you're going to get is that you're going to get an increased production variable. Okay. So that is the reason that this is coming on the one end of the slide, but these are something what I could say is that at particular moment of time, to your understanding is that these are the one particular time period. You all you have to do is that okay, you have to see for the wear and tear, otherwise this is what one particular time period. Okay? And then you have the, but with all these things you're going to get the production variable as well. Okay, so we discussed about the definition of automation. We discussed the, what are the needs, what are the goals of the automation should be, and what are the types of the automation, your fixed, programmable, and the flexible. And all these things that keep where it is catered and how it is required in this field. So yes, as I told you, every day I'm gonna give you one single amount of task that you need to do. So in the previous one, as far as I remember, I gave you all to study about the snake robots. Okay, so today just go and study about your field robots. Just explore the field robots. So this is going to be your homework or the field of exploration in automation and robotics. Okay, so do learn about the field robots. Also, I'm sure that you all must have read something about the snake robots as well. So yes, till the time do revise, and if you all have any kind of doubt, you always can reach and contact me for this thing. All the best, and I'll meet you all again back to the another session for your automation and robotics. Thank you.